Welcome back, trainers. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at all the information you need to know that is happening within Pokemon Go, because there are some things that are pretty important that are happening right now. Now, taking a look at some data here from Pokeminers, as well as the image made by Orange Heart. Let's go ahead and see what it's going to take for you to rank up. So at rank 2, complete 5 battles. Rank 3, win 5 battles. Rank 4, win 5 additional battles, 5 in total. Rank 5, win 5 additional battles, 10 in total. Rank 7, win 7 additional battles, 17 in total. Rank 7, win 10 battles, 27 in total. Rank 8, then you're just going to have to reach those points there. So 2,000 for rank 9, 2,500 for rank 10, 3,000, and then there you go. So currently right now I am on rank 4. I haven't completed all my sets by any means. We are also going to be taking a look at a bunch of battles that I did do and the team that I'm currently using here. So you will have that Metagross encounter for your first Pokemon encounter, right? And then as the ranks do go up, you will encounter other Pokemon. Personally, I did encounter Giratina, and that is going to be available for you at rank 4. And as you can see, Rufflet at rank 7, and then Pikachu Liray, which is only going to be one of those. You can only get one once you do get to rank 10. I'm assuming it's going to be your first Pokemon encounter once you do reach that rank. So regarding the information that is happening, let's take a look. So they are going to be suspending the distribute of the EX raid passes, but the people that do currently have one right now can go to that raid if you so choose to. But just until further notice, they're not going to be sending those out. So just be aware of that if you do not receive a pass and you're trying to hit those EX raids. Now for the next 30 days, they did announce that we're not going to have to pay for the new set in the Go Battle League. So say you did 5 sets and then you're going to have to either walk or pay to get past that so you can do more battles. That is going to be completely removed for the next 30 days or until further notice. So this is pretty amazing, honestly. You're not going to have to get those kilometers or pay. You can just keep battling. And currently right now for this event, you're going to be able to do 7 sets. So that's quite a bit of battles that is going to enable you to get rewards out there. And remember, if you're not feeling like going out and raiding, you're going to be able to get the Giratina as a possible Pokemon encounter once you do reach level 4. And then you're going to be able to actually battle with good friends at long distance. So basically remote battles is going to only require good friends at the moment. And also remember, if you haven't done so already, I don't know if it's still in the shop, it should be a one-time purchase of 30 incense for 1 Pokecoin, in which they last for 1 hour. Now, before I did start my new season here, I did collect my rewards. I did get 5 charge TMs, 3 quick TMs, 1 raid pass, and then 100,000 Stardust. I do not think star pieces do work. I did have it on, but I think that's just how much I was getting anyways. People were telling me they're not getting extra Stardust for that, so just a little heads up. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at my very first battle. I'm not going to look at all of them up until rank 4 because the video would probably be upwards towards like an hour long because of all the battles even sped up. So we're just going to take a look at some highlight wins, some highlight losses, and see what we have. So first battle, I did not like this at all. So we don't have Ice Beam, which would have been a little bit better for us to get off sooner onto that Haunter, but unfortunately we're sitting at play rough. If it does go through, it's going to be able to take it out at this point, even though it is resisted, but the Haunter is eating away at our Azumarill. And let's see what we can do here. So I did decide to use the Shadow Mawile. I'm sticking with it, folks. I wanted to use something fun, something off, you know, not sticking with the normal meta. I know I'm going with Azumarill and Venusaur, but yeah, just decided to go with the good old Mawile here. So let's see if we can get this play rough through. And they block it, so they have no more shields on their end. So we're looking good. We can go ahead and go in here with the Venusaur, resisting the Thunderbolt and neutral damage with Rock Slide. They should go for Rock Slide at that point. And then they're going to be coming back in with their Skarmory. So I have to hit this Hydro Pump, and I have to block this if I want to win. There's no other way. All right, so getting off this Hydro Pump is not going to take it out, but it's going to get it low enough for me to come back in here with my Venusaur and get off a Frenzy Plant. Unfortunately, I was not able to hit that play rough. Now that, you know, was a kind of a tie situation. And you can go ahead and take a look at the rest of this battle. But I'm going to explain something to you that I was experiencing today, which is I'm not going to go too much onto a rant about it, but we're going to discuss it. So basically, I was having a lot of lag. And the lag was basically revolving around me not being able to tap my charge move. And it resulted in a ton of, I wouldn't say losses, but a ton of like nerve-wracking moments or situations where I was in a comfortable winning situation and then it just turned into a horrible situation and I barely pulled off a win or I lost because of it. It's very annoying, but there's nothing I can really do about it. We've already voiced our opinion to Niantic. Everybody's talking about it, you know, the lag this, the lag that. So well, let's just hope that they fix it up. I will continue on to do my battles, whatever. I'm doing okay, I suppose, but it is really frustrating. So while putting in work onto the Registeel, of course, and then they're going to be coming in with the Alolan Sandslash. I was like, huh, okay. We don't have any more shields left, so yes, a Bulldoze would definitely take us out. So I guess that's a good play. I'd probably do something similar, just go in there with the Pokemon that's actually weak to whatever's out there. Just going back in here with the Azumarill. Doing Play Rough, we don't need to get to a Hydro Pump. That's going to take too much energy, and a Play Rough is bringing it low enough. But they were able to get off a charge move, Bulldoze, which did an okay amount of damage. Now they have no choice but to bring out the Charizard here. And remember, we're in the lower ranks, right? We're going to rise up and the opponents are going to get more difficult. No disrespect to anybody, because a few of them beat me because we're just mixed up with everybody. You never know who's going to be good or not because we're all still ranking up at the moment. So facing off against the Deoxys here, don't really like this too much. Thunderbolt is going to bring us fairly low and another one is going to KO us. So, you know, something I could have done a little bit better is possibly try to catch the Thunderbolt after I charged up a little bit more on my Azumarill. But I guess I did not do that there. Then they're going to be switching into their Registeel. And make sure you guys are staying safe out there and staying clean, right? So they're going to go for that Frenzy Plant. And it chips away. We've seen this before. The Venusaur can hold its own up against the Registeel if it has a shield or at least some energy up on it. And the Frenzy Plants do dig in. We're going to go ahead and go in here with Mawile, of course. Finish it off with quick moves and have energy for whatever they do decide to bring in here. And it is going to be the Deoxys. This is going to be resisted, but it's going to make our Fire Fang that much stronger to just do a little bit more damage. But in hindsight, maybe I should have blocked and then went for a Play Rough, possibly. And I decided to shield anyways, and then just retreat into the Azumarill. If they want to use a shield, that's great. Okay, and then they're going to be going into their own Azumarill here. So at this point, I was a little nervous. I didn't know if I was going to be able to win this or not. We lost our Venusaur. We have nothing that's going to be doing a lot of damage to that Azumarill there, so we have to hold on to this Azumarill because as far as the Mawile, it's going to have to get off a Play Rough, and that takes a little bit of time with that Fire Fang, and Bite's even worse, right? So we're going to throw the Mawile in here to catch this, hopefully trying to get a Play Rough, and we did, so that's pretty good. What we're going to do at this point is try to get a Play Rough. We didn't. Could have went for a Power Up Punch, did a little bit more damage there, and then with our Fire Fang, but unfortunately my tricks did not work, and we took a loss there. Moving on to the next opponent. Starting it off with Azumarill. Pretty much, yeah, every single time, right? I'm going to be switching it up. Switching up the Pokemon I'm using as well after this video, but for now I'm just going to go with these, or am I? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go in here with that Venusaur. And expecting an Ice Beam, but it was a Play Rough. So at this point I was like, well, I still don't know what that second move is. They could have Ice Beam, right? Play Rough and Ice Beam is a good combo. But they let it go down. In comes the Registeel. And yeah, we're going to totally let this just, you know, go down here. Almost getting a Frenzy Plant off onto that. Then they make a very quick switch there. I was thinking, okay, perfect. We'll go ahead and go with our Mawile here. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to shield this because I knew they had the Registeel in the back, so I would be able to do a little bit more damage, and then my final Pokemon can come in and just take care of the rest. So we did get that Power Punch, Fire Fang doing so much more damage. This is my Registeel killer. Obviously, if a charge move gets through without me shielding it up, it's going to be hurting me quite a bit because it is Mawile, very squishy, and weak kind of to the Focus Blast as well as the Flash Cannon slightly. But our Azumarill is basically at full health and our Venusaur is still alive, and we go in and finish it off. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Anyways, moving on to our next opponent here. Let's see what we have now. This is a nightmare. All right, I don't ever want to see a Lantern lead with the team that I'm using, at least with the Azumarill lead, right? If I was leading Venusaur, then perfect. So I do decide to just eat that Thunderbolt. Now, in hindsight, I was thinking I should have just continued on with my Azumarill. Did as much damage and just got off play rough, let it take me down, and then I could have went in with my Venusaur. They might have switched into this, and then I would have been able to go into my Mawile. But at this point, it's all screwed up. I don't want to say a goner, but it's not looking good. I'm really going to have to dance around this one to possibly pull off a win, but you're going to see exactly what I do here. So we still have 2 shields at this point. I wanted to farm it down. Now, this is where I messed up. All right, so like, yeah, I'm going to farm it down. I have all this energy, haha, but I'm going to have to shield this or else it's all going to be a waste. So we use 2 shields. The Skarmory goes down. They still have 2 shields. In comes the Lantern here, and it's basically a game over. They're going to be able to do that. We go in with the Venusaur to catch Thunderbolt, but it doesn't matter at this point. They still have another Pokemon, which is going to be Haunter, and with a shield left, and our Pokemon are low, so this is basically a hard game over. All right, say goodnight, sleep tight, Azumarill and Venusaur. All right, so good games, good job on that one there. Let's go ahead and claim our rewards and rank up for the first time from 1 to 2. And the animation deal that Shine is broken. Come on, guys, get it together. All right, anyways, I appreciate everything they're doing though. Free go battle, sure, that's awesome. Now, the whole spawns from your instance are crazy. Just to let you know, we talked about this in the last video, as well as spawns around my house. Absolutely phenomenal. But the thing is, Pokeballs. Like, I'm not afraid to go out or anything or drive around. It's just, I've been doing that lately. So, for the people who actually cannot leave whatsoever and they have to stay where they're at, Pokeballs, and if you don't have any money or something to put into the game, or you just refuse to, you're going to have a little bit of trouble there. So we have a pretty interesting matchup here. I think this is the first time I've ever went up against a Raikou in the Go Battle League, to be honest with you here. So the Venusaur is going to have to go down here as I planned, and I was going to go back in here with my Azumarill, being very brave, and I wanted to farm it down. Luckily we were there. We're probably right on that wild charge. They are bringing in that Lapras here, and we still have a Mawile in the back. I'm going to go ahead and switch into that, and I'm going to not shield this. There's an Ice Beam. As you can see, we're resisting that, but we're still squishy. 1, Mawile is not the tankiest, and 2, it's a Shadow, so pretty big risk using this one here. It works really well, but at the same time, it's, very risky, right? Just to say that. So getting off that Power Up Punch, there's no more shields left, just doing as much damage before we do go down. Figured that they were going to throw a Dragon Claw, but I decided to shield it up anyways. So as far as having Play Rough and Hydro Pump, I like the combination, but honestly, I'm almost maybe even considering shifting over to Play Rough and Ice Beam and trying that out for a little while. It is going to lose that hard-hitting coverage to go up against Steel types, Bastiodon, Registeel, but you're going to have massive coverage and still be able to do decent amount of damage. All right, so they're making an immediate switch out from the Charizard and going into Meganium. I'm going to be going in with my Mawile here. Unfortunately, they did kind of bait me there, but even Frenzy Plant is still going to be hurting Mawile, even though we resist it. At this point, I was like, we did enough damage. Do whatever you have to do. If it's an Earthquake, fine, take us out. I'm good to go. And we're going to go ahead and go in here with the Azumarill, knowing that there is a Charizard in the back. Whatever they have left, they're going to pretty much have to show it, and that's going to be the Azumarill here. So now I know what I need to do. I have the Venusaur left. I cannot face off against that unless I have energy, and there's no shields on their end, which there is no shields. So we're going to build up to this Play Rough, let this go through, get this off, and then I think build up to another one, and then switch into our Venusaur so we can farm. Okay, so we're doing it right now. We're going to farm up, anticipating the switch, and we're going to go for that Sludge Bomb. And there's no shield, so it's going to do a lot. And then basically at this point, when I do come back in with my Azumarill, I can just farm that down. And then I'll have enough energy to take out the Azumarill. So I did have the Frenzy Plant. They took us down before we can use it. We're going to have to let this go through. Brave. All right, very brave there. Okay, so it was writing on that. So let's see if we can do this here. And it's going to be a close one. See, good thing I saved that shield, folks, there. And I didn't shield up what the Charizard was going to throw at me. A Blast Burn would have took me out. But good thing it was a Dragon Claw, and we're able to get to another Play Rough and win with probably like 2 or 3 HP there. All right, good games. And we're going to be ranking up from 2 to 3. Another broken animation. Let's go. All right, so it is showing pay at this point because this was before they actually announced it. And they specifically said you're going to have to, if you have the pay option, you're going to have to either walk those kilometers or pay. And then after that, it will be free. So yeah, that's that situation there. So we had a bad lead with our Azumarill. So we switched into Mawile, and then we're met with a Swampert here, which, you know, is not horrible. And this is one of those battles that I think that I was tapping and it did not let me use my charge, which was extremely annoying. And this actually made me consider using Tropius myself. I have one with a secondary move in the Great League, so just might do that. I let this go through, hoping, good thing it was not a Sludge Wave or an Earthquake. We're able to farm down. That's good. We need to kind of make up for that with the Tropius. They bring in Lucario. I was like, alright, that's okay, because Frenzy Plant's going to basically almost KO it. I did not want to expend all the energy, so I go ahead and switch into Azumarill here and absorb whatever they throw at me, which is going to be, unfortunately, a Shadow Ball doing a lot of damage. And we're going to go for Play Rough now. Ice Beam at this point would have been fantastic. Less energy and a lot more effective against the Tropius, obviously being Grass and Flying type. So he does use both of those shields. And yeah, I'm still holding on to my shields. What am I doing? This is one of those matches I can't. Oh my goodness. See, I need to stop waiting for the last minute. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this Tropius here has a super effective quick move, so we're not going to be able to survive to use that last shield, unfortunately, and not able to get off the charge. They take us down. So that wasn't actually one of the battles that didn't let me use my charge move. I think I did not include them because I don't want to start getting annoyed by watching it again. So we have a great lead going up against the Umbreon. They switch into Azumarill. Perfect. We have that Venusaur, and we can take an Ice Beam. And we'll be able to spam these, not really back-to-back, but fairly quick. They're either going to use 2 shields or let that Azumarill go down. We're going to be able to get to that Frenzy Plant before they get to another Ice Beam here. Yeah, which is why we did not use a shield. So, unfortunately, one of the downfalls of not shielding up the Venusaur and trying to do that trick is the fact that they can farm you down like they just did. And now they have energy, but they did expend both their shields. So, unfortunately, wasn't able to take it out, surviving with just a little bit of health there. And then they're going to be switching into Meganium, and we're going to go right into our Mawile. So we're in a pretty comfortable position now because, well, we have 2 shields. Fire Fang, super effective, and we're just going to make it stronger. So we basically have won this match as so long as we shield up whatever that Meganium throws at us, take it down. I mean, once that Power Punch starts vamping that Fire Fang, it just gets super nasty. What do they have in the back is going to be that Umbreon that we've seen in the beginning. And at this point, I could almost take it out with the Mawile. I think I do decide to just switch into the Azumarill. Or even shield up my Mawile, but I guess I'm just going to let it go down here. And we survived barely, getting off another Power Up Punch. Just wanted to use the Mawile, folks. Could have went in and did a Play Rough, got it over with, but it's fun using that Mawile. Alright, so finishing off the... Okay, oh yeah, okay, so at this point I was cooking. I didn't hit those. I thought I was going to KO. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Or I was kind of like not really paying attention too much, and yeah, still had to hit the quick move to knock it out. Alright, so on to the next battle here. We're met with a Vigoroth. Very interesting. I don't have too much experience going up against this in an open meta. I know it is going to be able to spam me quite hard with those body slams there, although the counters are not really doing too much. If I had Ice Beam, this would be one of those situations where I'd be a little bit more comfortable. But we're definitely going to have to shield up a body slam here if we want to go neck to neck with this thing. Because as you can see, counters are adding up, even though we're resisting those. Body slam does hurt. We're into the red here. We're going to get this off. Possibly expecting a shield here. I think they let it go through and we're able to farm down. So we're both down a shield. I have an Azumarill. We're going to have switch lead at least. But they are going to be able to farm us down. But the plus is I'm able to get off one of these Play Roughs here. But again, they're able to farm us down. So they're going to have a lot of energy here. I didn't want to switch and then they have the advantage there. So we're just going to go ahead and go Mawile. And we can take Sky Attack okay. It's not like we can take a ton of them, but we can take them. Expecting a switch here, I do decide to shield this up. Since they're down shields, I'm able to Play Rough and take it out. And so that's exactly what we're going to do here. And we take it out. See, that's why I don't want Iron Head. So they do have a Registeel, so I was like, okay, let's catch this here. All right, and we're going to be able to get off a Frenzy Plant. And if they do not take us out and use energy, then we're going to be able to spam them down with Frenzy Plant and take them out. So it's going to kind of pressure them to use their energy and not save it for my Mawile here. So our Mawile is just going to be able to go in, Power Up Punch, and then the Fire Fang's doing more damage, and then we're just going to be able to feint that Registeel down here. And that's exactly what we do. So great. So we're going from 3 to 4, and here we go. All right, the battles do get a little bit more intense here. And then obviously they're going to get just more intense as we rise up in ranks, and you know, you have more of a concentrate set of trainers that are focused with a specific set of Pokemon, of course. Everybody has their own playstyle, and everybody has Pokemon, an arsenal to choose from, right? And some of these people are just doing it for fun. You know, a lot of people are stuck in their house, so they're just playing Go Battle League, right? So they made a switch. We're going to go ahead and I think we're going to let this Azumarill go down. And we're just going to come back with Venusaur and just farm. Wait for a switch. And there they go. They go into that Registeel, and that's where the Mawile comes out. We've seen this 100 times. Let's go Shadow Mawile up against those Registeels. You can't stop it. You're just going to melt it. So long as we have shields, right? Alright, so it's just doing its thing here. And we take it out. Great. They were not able to get off another one. We're just going to go ahead and go for a play rough here, hoping they do not shield. See what happens. And then they shield. I was like, okay. But I mean, then again, it is their last Pokemon. We still have a Venusaur in the back and a shield left, so this is with a ton of energy. So we took this one here. Very nice. Lantern is definitely a fun Pokemon and a good Pokemon to use for sure. Going up against our next opponent here. Let's see what we have. So how are you guys liking the Season 1? Are you doing good? Is there too much lag for you? Tell me what's going on. So they're starting it off with a Hitmonchan. Very interesting. And then they make a switch into the Altaria. So we're just going to go ahead and stay in here, right? Because we do have the Venusaur in the back. I know the Venusaur can handle the Hitmonchan. But we have to look out for all those elemental punches, like the Ice Punch, the Fire Punch, when it comes to the Venusaur, right? So we're going to go for the play rough here. Now, my idea was to just try to survive, but I just decided to make a switch right now, gaining energy to possibly get off a play rough onto the Hitmonchan. And so we made it. And I do not want to use a shield. Oh, never mind, I used the shield. And we're going to go for play rough. We're committed. Let's just hope they do not shield this up themselves. And they do. Unfortunately, that Hitmonchan is putting in work. But they use their energy. They may be, you know, afraid I was going to take them out. I understand totally. But if they saved that energy, it definitely would have helped them. So we're able to farm down that Hitmonchan. And then they have a Sableye in the back. And Venusaur is going to be able to help me take the win here. With that Frenzy Plant doing a ton of damage to that little Sableye. Alright, moving on to our next opponent. And they're starting off with an Azumarill as well. Now this particular trainer really did something really clever here. Let's take a look. Alright, so we have play rough, right? Let's see what they have. And they hit it right after me, so they must have play rough. Okay. And I don't know, they probably wanted to gain a little bit more energy than needed once they got off their first play rough, which, yeah. And nobody has shielded up anything at this point. So here we go. They're gonna do an Ice Beam here. I should have known, or actually I really can't say I should have known, because I had my play rough energy, and it was only expected that they were gonna do a play rough. But I think I would have fainted from Ice Beam anyways. But what they do is gain energy, switch into Meganium so quick that I was not able to switch into my Pokemon. So I had wasted that energy on my Azumarill and basically a shield. So well played, very well played. So the Mawile is going to hopefully finish it off without having to use a shield here. Frenzy Plant is probably take us out. I'm not too sure from a Meganium, from a Venusaur it would have. The Mawile is actually able to finish off the Azumarill as well. And then we have an Altaria. Now watch this. I had a play rough. You seen that, right? I wanted to burn the shield though. They didn't give. I was like, okay, come on. I'm at my play rough now. Here comes a play rough. Get ready. You better shield it. Give me your shield. No shield. I was like, oh my gosh. This is not good. I think I lost this now. So if I would have went for a play rough, I would have won. But they're smart. They knew exactly what I was doing, huh? They read me like a book. So if they would have used their shield, I would have Continued on with the Mawile, done as much damage as possible, went in with the Venusaur and hit the Sludge Bomb and possibly took him out, right? But that's all over now, and they took the win. Very good. Moving on to the next opponent. They are starting off with the Latios, and we're in a good position here, but they switch into Blastoise. I was going to go into my Venusaur, and we need to look out for the Ice Beam. Now, I couldn't recall how well the Venusaur can take the Ice Beam from a Blastoise. I was just thinking Azumarill, but it was way more, so I was like, oh man. Oh boy, I think I done messed up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go back in with the Azumarill, knowing that we can tank an Ice Beam, a Hydro Cannon. It's going to eventually chip away, and the Water Gun's actually hurting too, but we'll be able to be fine without using shields. So I wanted to farm. I wanted to have a little energy, but I got a little nervous. I was like, no, I know you have a Latios in the back. What else do you have? Okay, you still want to come Latios. So at this point, we're going to go for a shield and then go play rough. But be a little careful in case they try to do a quick swap. So they didn't, so we decided to gain a little bit more energy and then go ahead and go for that. Seeing that they have no more shields, we're free to do what we want. In comes a Arcanine. I was like, oh, I should have just went for Hydro Pump, but I thought I was going to faint out before that. My Mawile is weak to fire. Can we do it? Fire Fang versus Fire Fang, and yes, we take the win. All right. Mawile. Hey, let's go. That particular one did have Bite. So they switch into Ludicolo, in which we're going to go in with our Mawile here. So it is going to be Water and Grass type, the Ludicolo. So the Fire Fang is going to be doing neutral damage, or as you can see, it is, pretty good. But the Razor Leaf is hurting me as well, of course, being so squishy. And I do decide to shield that up. And they do bring in a Medicham here, so I wouldn't say it was a waste of a shield. Kind of wanted the lead priority here. So now I get to choose what to go in with. Venusaur is fine, and so is Azumarill. We do have to look out for Ice Punch, which is going to hurt Venusaur, but the Frenzy Plant is going to devastate the Medicham anyways. So we're going to go ahead and obviously go for the play rough. And they do decide to shield it up, expecting that. So we're not going to be using up any shields going up against this Medicham with the Azumarill. We're going to make a switch into the Venusaur here, expecting an Ice Punch. So I do decide to shield this up. No more shields on their end, so I'm definitely going to be able to take that Medicham down with a Frenzy Plant. And they do have that Mawile on the back, but personally using it myself, I know what Mawile is capable of taking. So I know I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb here, and we're going to be able to not worry about anything too hard hitting because they're using Bite after all, and that doesn't charge fast, only enabling them to get to a Power Punch. But the Bite's going to increase in damage, but we're able to Frenzy Plant them all. Wow, so props to you for using that for sure. All right, so while claiming these rewards, I think I'm going to get a Giratina. All right, there we go. So shiny opportunities. All right, so pretty nice, guys. Especially that we don't have to walk or pay for 30 days. That's absolutely amazing, right? Including the 7 sets that we can currently do. So they have the Clone Venusaur. We make a switch into Mawile, and then they go in with the Umbreon. And I was kind of smiling. I was like, yeah, I like that swap. Let's go. Mawile likes to see an Umbreon. All right, so we're going to go ahead and absorb that and go Power Up Punch. Super effective. Power Up Punch isn't very strong. We all know this, but more damage is better than less damage, as well as the added damage with the Fire Fang while we do Razor Attack there. So Mawile able to take it out. Let's go. Let's go. In comes the Lantern. So we have an answer to that, don't we? And I do believe this is the last match. So if you did enjoy these battles, trainers, please give it a big thumbs up. If you enjoy the news, also give it a thumbs up for that. Share this video with anybody who may be interested. And I will be keeping you up to date on everything Pokemon Go like usual. Video got up a little bit later today because I just had to handle a few things, as well as gathering information as it did keep coming in. If I got this video up sooner, then I wouldn't have been able to tell you a lot of the stuff in the beginning that Niantic did tweet out. So this is looking fantastic for us here. We're definitely going to be shielding this up because what we're going to do at this point is farm that Lantern down. Now we have enough energy to go for 2 Sludge Bombs, breaking 1 shield, and then getting through and landing this other one. So again, trainers, thank you for watching. Hope everybody is safe out there and having a good time. Do the best that you can. Take care, trainers.